Want to welcome everybody to our platform. I'm KeyStone and this is RedBone. Launched this platform as a way of speaking to the people from a point of view that we feel they have been overlooked or just not heard. It seems to be a lot of interest in the city of Pakoima and 2 miles north of Los Angeles. Our story is too complex for just one point of view. We decided to give you a full insight into our home church, Pakoima, California. We're going to get into our history, street culture, politics, sports legends, and music legends. And sometimes bitter, sometimes sweet relationships between the Blacks and the former Latinos. To the contentious interactions with the Cleveland Division Police Department. Former has a unique voice that distinguishes itself from the greater Los Angeles area. We've heard from everyone else. Now it's time for the performance.
So, what was you saying?
Okay, so the conversation was you don't feel
I said that the big U stuff.
that
I don't want to talk about it because it was
we
crip
shouldn't have
business.
discussed the big
That's
U
crip
stuff because
business,
it's crip business, right?
right?
My response was, okay, you got the Crips and the Bloods, and you got the community as a whole.
Right.
Do we all play by the same rules? Are we all supposed to be playing by the same rules? Do the Crips have a different set of rules that they live by than the Bloods do?
At a certain extent, it all depends what it is, too, though. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
what? What's a different way of life that the Crips have that the Bloods don't have,
Oh, see,
or vice
no, you
versa?
worded it right. It's really the same. I take that back what I just said earlier. It's the same. It's just the color of a blue, the color of the bandana defies everything. We all the same. It's that goddamn that bandana that did all this shit.
So at the same level, so is it the dudes down south. So is the dudes, you know what I'm saying, up north, whatever. Blacks, our community pretty much we live by the same rules. We have the same cultural values in every hood. If you get deep and hang out, the cultural values are pretty much the same. Motherfuckers don't fuck with on a majority. Most blacks don't fuck with police. We don't. You're not supposed to tell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We listen to basically the same type of music. These are cultural things. If you go to Mexico or you go to a different country and you see the different culture, what are you gonna notice? You're gonna notice how they dress. You're gonna notice what kind of music they listen to. You're gonna notice their language. You're gonna notice all these different cultural things. So if you go to a black neighborhood, you're gonna notice how they dress. You're gonna notice the music they listen to. You're gonna notice they slang, how they talk, and all like that. So
Right.
we all have our different slang. But if I was to go down south, for the main part, I'm gonna be able to communicate with them dudes the same way. When they come out here, they're gonna be able to communicate with us. If I go in the crib hood, I'm gonna be able to communicate with them dudes the same way he gonna be able to communicate with me, because it's basically the cultural is the same. We probably gonna be listening to the same music, like the oldies they listen to. We're gonna be jam. We do the same dances.
Right. Right.
Culturally, we the same. So when the big U situation hits, that's a cultural thing. So
I hear you, but
why can't we
I
talk
still
about
think
it as a cultural thing?
because I think it is as us slash gang members or being from a hood put right here talking about it. But then again, this internet is undefeated, homie. So you gotta
It's
watch what you say.
undefeated.
You gotta
And
watch what you
that's
say.
I made that point that night.
So
The mic is very enticing, and you could
me
end
in
up saying
general,
some weird shit.
right? But me in general, speaking on that, that's that's Crip business, and everybody talking about it. And I think, as me being the blood and us being from where we from, that ain't our. We could talk about it, but it ain't for everybody to hear. But then again, it ain't even our business, bro. But they talk about our business too. Don't get me wrong. I know they do behind the doors, but coming to the net and bringing that up, I don't think I'm not with that one. That's just my opinion because I don't want. I don't know what's going. I kind of do, but I don't. I got homies from that neighborhood, but that's none of my business.
It's
Unless
and
they ask me, if they brought me into that, I can elaborate. But if they not,
now
go ahead. But they not speaking on it, I ain't got nothing to do with it, bro. That's like
I,
I say, that's Crip business.
if we had got on here and was dissing, if we was everybody was very respectful. Everybody was pretty much rooting for the nigga to get to beat the shit. All niggas brought up was the details that was already out there. We was
No, right?
basically rooting everybody. Everybody that was on was rooting for him and saying shit.
For real,
I hope he beat that shit. You feel me?
real
Nobody was dissing. Nobody was coming at that shit from no F them niggas over there or nothing like that. It was so it wasn't or rooting for him to go down or nothing. It was all, you know what I'm saying? Cause even Rambo brought up the shit he does in the community.
facts. That's true. Now, the I guess I'm saying it like this. I don't want. Nope, I can't talk. I can talk about it, the good shit, but then if you're gonna talk about the good, you got to talk about the bad. So I better not just say shit and be quiet. I think that's how I look at it. Because if you're gonna talk about the good, they're gonna bring up the bad. I don't know
Who's
nothing about the
they?
bad.
Who's they? This is our shit. We ain't worried about they. All we
No, no,
brought
no. I'm
up,
not. No, 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 no. I know our shit. I'm not tripping, but the
who's they? Well,
business.
what they can we be worried about?
We ain't worried about nobody. It's just Crip business. That's all. Crip business. I don't think we should be speaking on Crip business. I don't give a fuck what nobody think, but it's just speaking on Crip business, and we die moves on the net. I ain't doing it unless they brought it to my attention and they asked me to elaborate on it. But as us die moves, nah, I don't want to talk about it. That's on them.
Nah. So,
That's all.
like I say, I feel if we was talking about some shit that went on and we was giving our assessment like, oh yeah, they should DP that dude, or oh, they need to get him out the set for that. That's that's encrypt business. But some shit that's worldwide all over the fucking
That's
news and all
true.
we
Hey,
doing
listen. No, no,
all
no.
we
You're
doing
right.
is giving our people the details of what's being said in the newspaper.
Right. And
How
then,
the
and
fuck
then,
is that crypt business? This is
but
the
then,
shit
and
that
then, hey, that's just me being a demo. You're right though what you're saying, but I guess that's street politics. I go by the street rules and old laws. I'm an old nigga.
like I say, I'm a old nigga.
I know that.
I'm
I
part of
know
the
that.
I'm you know what I'm saying? I feel I live my life a certain way. I don't I stick to the rules. I don't
Right.
jump in shit that ain't my business. But we got a platform and we got people that may be interested in what's going
That's
on
true.
in the world. This is
No,
world
listen, listen,
news.
listen. Okay, listen, I'm not tripping. This was just for one of the homies from the neighborhood jam me up about getting in crib business. That's all. And you know who you are out there, homeboy. So if you see this, I spoke up for it. That's all.
So okay.
That's
And
all.
I understand his concern. I
There it is
understand his
there.
concern, but I bet you, okay, could he, besides them being Crips, was there any other uh
No, it was just the crib
was there
business.
any
It was just the crib business.
other thing
It was
that was
just the crib
said?
business. It was just
Was
the
there
crib business.
anything that was said that he could say that see that was a
No, no,
violation?
no. He just
Y'all
no.
shouldn't have
He just
said
said
that.
boom. That's crib business. We ain't supposed to talk about it. I come from that old school, that era. Stone you up under me. You feel me? I ain't taking nothing from y'all. But I come from that first generation era, how we was taught. That's all. Not knocking that because it is a cultural thing, bro. Everybody talking about it, and niggas is really lying and making all look. Now we talking about it again, but it is like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's fucked up. You know, I'm wishing the man come home too. You know, for real, homie, because he did a lot of good shit. Now look, we talk about his business again, but it's positive. But see, homie, you see, homie, this is what happens, bro. We ain't doing nothing wrong, but it is crip business.
Hey, like I
So you
say,
know what,
man,
though?
you call it crib bit. I say it was a cultural thing.
It
I
is.
feel like youngsters could take it as an example for shit to watch out for.
That's true.
I feel like we all was very respectful how we approached it.
We
And
do.
I
We
feel like
are.
out of all the views we got off of it, I ain't seen not one negative comment, not even from no crip that came on and said, "Hey, why y'all S words talking about our business?"
Facts, facts, facts. But like I say, the homie from the set got in my ear and said, nigga, why y'all talking about crip business? So that's all. Now
Hey,
as
hey,
us being
I
G's,
respect
we
that. I
trying to we
respect
trying to
that big homie for looking out
we
for
trying
us.
to keep it,
Because
we
because
trying to
I,
keep
I
it real.
understand what
Because
you was doing,
right,
but I really feel we approach that shit the respectable way to where, like I say, not one crip and I'm pretty sure out of all them views, a couple of motherfuckers was crips. Not one of them said, "Hey, y'all S words need to stay out our business."
hey, and I want to ask him.
So
Hey, look, I want to ask him this too. Hey, y'all, we is coming respectful. Y'all know, we coming respectful. We doing the best we can. We doing what we supposed to do. You know, y'all looking at the positive energy that we got coming from our town, our section, small city called Pakoima. This is what we do.
yeah, this is what we doing, man. We trying to bring real issues, real topics. We trying to bring the fun side of growing up in the neighborhood, not just all the bad shit that happens in the neighborhood.
Right.
And we talk about everything from the streets all the way up to the White House, cause
Okay. Hey,
it's
one more thing
so
for you
many different things.
let me say this real quick. And I'm looking for my brown brother out there. There's some brown brothers in Pacoima. Y'all
Come
out
on,
there.
you
Our
can't grow
city's
up
the
in
shit,
Pacoima
y'all.
and not be associated
Come on.
with the brown side. That's
Come
just
on,
part of
man.
the Pacoima tapestry that we all grew up with.
Yep. Come
So
on.
and
we got go ahead.
that tension in Pacoima need to be extinguished anyway. We need to get that shit to where it ain't gotta be no war zone, no war zone that lasts forever.
Come on.
I think in the neighborhoods, period, man,
That's real.
there's no there's no country. You look at the Ukraine and Russia.
Right.
They not trying to go to war forever. Motherfuckers is trying to figure out a way to get that shit over with because motherfuckers is losing money. They losing money and they losing men.
For real, man. But
There's
like I
no war. Nobody can afford a war that lasts forever. So we need to start figuring out ways to to be men that can come to the table with respect for each other and turn this thing into something where we can where it don't have to be no war for
for
the rest of
real.
our life.
For
We looking
yeah.
over our shoulder
For our babies, man, because we don't lost a lot of them. A lot of them on both sides. With the
on
brown and
both
black too,
sides.
man. Real talk. So
The brown brother, the brown and the black.
y'all know
You know
that,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Because back in the day, come on, it was lovely. Can't let this
Man,
bullshit come destroy the town, man. Y'all know
Oh,
this
it's already been too much. Like it's
for
already
real.
too much. But hey,
But
at some point, cause you got, like I say, man, I watch a lot of mob documentaries like I watch a lot of that, movies and
say it, Stone.
documentaries,
Go ahead, say it. Say what you. I know what you're talking about. Bring it
and
up.
those guys are able, even when they go through their wars or whatever, like you watch The Godfather and Clemenza told Mike, hey, we got to do this about every 5 years. It cleans the blood out. So yeah, they go to war, but then they figure out a way to come and to come to terms and come to peace. And then they get back to making the money.
Right.
So why can't we figure out a way? Okay, we went at it, we went at it. Hey, that's enough for the bloodshed. Let's come to the table and figure out how we could peacefully come to a conclusion. And I don't mean motherfuckers gotta be friends and all that, but at least, hey, you get a pass. It's not always tag you're it.
Come on, man. For real.
Tag you're it. You just laying each other out. Like, come on, man.
So
It's a
yeah.
way to do this. But
So
we got Rambo came through to hang out with us. So me and Redbone, we just had our debate discussing whether or not we should have been we should have had the topic of Big U going to jail when it happened. So Redbone had his side where he felt we should not have been discussing it based on the fact that Big U is a Crip. I I had my side of it that said, hey, it was a cultural thing. It was on every news channel, and it was in on every newspaper. So I felt we was very respectful, and we did it the right way. So we have Rambo here to break the tie. Rambo, what do you
I
feel
don't see no
about
problem with it.
how we?
okay, see that's 2 against 1. But again, I'm gonna say it again. I said it was crip business, and I think we shouldn't have been talking about it. But like y'all say, everybody in the world is talking about it, and I'm not mad. I just said that's me and that's us being homies. That's down moves. I think that we shouldn't be talking about it, but that's what I said.
I
I
don't
still feel
I
that
don't
way,
feel like
but hell, it's still go ahead.
it's crip business because it's the whole world is talking about it. Now I could see if it was like something
True.
personal that happened in their hood that we happen to know about and we talking about it and it don't pertain to nothing that has to do with us or anything outside their hood, then I say we don't need to speak on that. But this is something that's on the news. Y'all journalists,
Right.
report.
But like,
Thank you,
okay, but again, I say
thank you.
again, that's true. I feel you. I feel you. But that's just my opinion. And but shit, you're right. Everybody talking about it anyway.
I'm
So
gonna tell you something. No, I was just gonna say,
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
keep it real with y'all. As a grown man, I'm from Pakoima. We do what we want anyway. We don't go by nobody else's rules and regulations. It's Pakoima. It's the valley.
Facts.
That's what
I know
we do.
that.
What we
I
do,
know.
regardless of who got anything to say about it. But I don't see that as crip business. That's on the news. You know. Now I wouldn't get deep into
Okay,
you
no,
know
hold on. Time out. Listen, this is what I say. Okay, it's cool to discuss it, but I don't think that shit should be discussed right here. Certain shit is, like I said, can we all say that the internet is undefeated? That's all. But we're keeping it respectful to the 6-0s and all that. But that's all I was just saying. It was just crip. It was crip business, and I think we shouldn't bring it up on the net like that. Us. But then again,
If,
I heard what you
but
guys say.
again,
Go ahead, Stone.
I felt like we everybody we was all rooting for him though. We
All right.
nobody dissed him. Nobody was saying, "Oh, that's what he get," or or nothing like that. It wasn't like Rambo said, it wasn't an issue where somebody did something in their neighborhood and we was like, oh, he should get DP'd, or we wasn't speaking on nothing like that. We spoke, all we gave pretty much was the details that were already all over the news and in every newspaper. We spoke on the details. We all was like, man, I hope he beat. Like, basically, we hope he beats this situation, or we
Right,
hope
right,
it
right,
don't
right.
turn out to be. I believe I said several times. It's been a lot of times where they come with cases and it seemed like everything is all bad, and then a motherfucker end up beating it. So I don't think we pointed no fingers or
No, we
did nothing.
didn't.
I don't think we
No,
did
It
nothing wrong.
wasn't
I
a gun
respect that
banging
though. No, y'all
conversation, so
right.
I
Y'all
don't see.
right.